Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. Don't lose a good man because of his height. Now, check this out, ladies. Now, it was actually on a comment on my other channel, right? A dude was talking about he knew he had a conversation with a woman who was dealing with two men, right? Now, the first one had everything. And, you know, she had a daughter and he was taking up time with her and, you know, he had a good job, handsome, even good in bed, right? Even good in bed, right? Treated her nice, all of that, right? But especially even good in bed, because we know that's important to y'all. Y'all don't be saying that publicly, but, you know, your Uncle Rom knows. Your Uncle Rom knows, right? So I'm like, okay, what's the problem, right? But she still had a second man, you know. And he was good in bed too, you know. And he was so-so towards her. Hot and cold towards her. Didn't really deal with outside the bedroom. Now, remember, I said the first guy, he was still taking care of her by her own admission, doing it in the bedroom. There was only one difference between them. 2 inches. And I ain't talking about the dick size. The first guy was 5'10". The second guy was 6 feet. She wanted a 6-footer. Now, she was only 5'4". And I'm like, 6-footer is still, a 5'10" guy is still 6 inches taller than you. You still got to look up. You still got to look up. And I was just like, wow. Because she was one of those women, and ladies, we know there's a lot of y'all want that 6-footer. And honestly, it's an artificial standard. It's an artificial standard. Because the average woman is about 5'4" anyway. The average woman. Now, the way I look at it, the only women who should be like, he need to be 6 foot or over is a woman who's like 5'10" herself. Because we know psychologically, y'all always want to look up to a man. He makes y'all feel safe and stuff. But when you average height, 5'4", and you insist on a man 6 foot, even to the point you could lose out on a man who's 2 inches shorter just because he ain't 6 foot, is crazy. First of all, if a man is 5'10" in this culture, he's still above average. The average height is 5'9". The average height is 5'9". This is on record. This is on record. Like, people say different things, but, you know, there's a website that I use. And in fact, I'll put a link in about the heights. You can put in different heights and stuff. In this country, wherever. I'm going to put that in. Yeah. I'm going to say height website. I'm going to put that in here. You can see for yourself. Because, you know, sometimes Rom says something and people say it ain't the truth. Nah, I can always back up stuff if I choose to, even with academic studies, right? So that's still taller than her anyway. Think about it. She got a guy, right? Got a guy who's successful. So he got the bag. You know, treats her nice. You know, I've done some videos recently about women getting abused by some guys. Treats her nice. Takes care of her in the bedroom. I'm like, well, wait a minute. Check. He got money. Is willing to deal with her daughter by another man. Y'all know there's a movement of a lot of guys out here, and they like no single mothers. Like, a woman get a child, that's pretty much it for her, with a significant portion of men, a critical portion of men. So she had all that. Yet, she putting it in danger because of dealing with some dude who just happened to be 6 feet. She putting all that in danger, just happened to be 6 feet. And there's a little difference. If you put a 6-footer next to a 5'10" person, you have to really, really look at them to even determine that they ain't the same height. And depending on the angle, they can seem the same height. 2 inches ain't that much, y'all. 2 inches is not that much. I could halfway understand it if she was talking about the dick size. Like, one dude 8 inches and the other dude 6 inches. Like, yeah, okay. Or got the bigger girth. I can actually get with that. But the height, come on now. Come on. Shoot. Because I thought about that because I'm not 6 feet. I'm not 6 feet. I'm 5'11". And really not even 5'11". I'm technically 5'10" and 3/4. So, and I get to 5'11" depending on the shoes. But barefoot. And I've never had that problem. In fact, I've had a lot of women think I was 6 feet. And these are women who were like 5'4", 5'3", and stuff like that. And they were like, I thought you were 6 feet. Like, in fact, I've had, like, I remember I got a suit one time, and the salesman was like, oh, okay, you about, this when I was even a little bit bigger than I am now. He's like, yeah, okay, you're 6 feet, 240, right? I was like, well, I ain't quite 6 feet, right? But the point is, since I wasn't, come on, minute. And when they laying down or doing whatever, in fact, when people see him together, he's still taller than her. But see, you got so many women, they still caught up in that 6 feet thing. First of all, here's a problem with that. You talking only 14% of the men globally are 6 feet. They say when you see those big, tall basketball players, it's like a gentleman told me one time, they kind of like freaks of nature. That's rare. Yeah, you do have those tall guys, but that's not the norm. You go in most of the world, dudes might be 5'9" at best. Like at my height, I'm actually considered taller. Use that height calculator I put in the link, So I'm like, well, what's the problem? So you talking 14%, and then I remember a comment of Rebecca Lynn Pope when she did this viral video. She was talking about some women want that guy 6'2". Are you talking only 3%? Like my son is about 6'2". My son is 6'2", and I'm like, shoot, yeah, he stands out in the crowd and everything, but you talking 3%. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. So you got some women who already complain about finding a man, pushing away 86% of the population, most of whom are still taller than her. The only women who should be complaining are a woman who's naturally 6 foot. And some of them, they still deal with a shorter man because they're just realistic, or they'll try to like lessen their height. Now, I could see them saying that. I'm like, okay. I understand there. Like I said, psychologically, I want to look up to a man, which I understand, but come on. This woman going to lose out on a good man because of 2 inches? 2 inches in height? She talking about somebody who's successful. I mean, that's the bag. Because no matter what I say about the bag money, y'all still going for the bag. He got the bag, and he's treating her nice in the bedroom. Willing to be stepfather? Because if he find out about the other guy, and trust me, it could happen, shit, he might be like, forget this noise. And then years later, she going to look up, and I've seen this with a lot of women too. They'll look up years later, and it's like, because they're, mature and everything. You're just like, wait a minute, I had that perfect guy, and I was stupid. So ladies, really, seriously, if you got a good guy, don't be tripping off of like something small like that. Do not be tripping. You got a good guy there. Not something that small. Because that guy treating her so, shoot, he might just dog her out one day. And trust me, the good guys always find out when you're doing some shit. They always find out. I know a lot of women want to think men are dumb, but one way or the other, we find out. Even if it's years down the road, we find out. Something, trust me, something might happen. And then she looking up like, damn, what was she thinking about? Because then she got neither man. Because if the dude treating her so, he just using her for sex. This man obviously likes her and the daughter. don't lose out on that guy just because of his height. All right. If you're gonna lose out on him or don't want to deal with him, make it some other shit. Especially if he's like 5'10". Come on now. So anyway, I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.